Welcome back to Phasmophobia. If you guys could like, comment, and or subscribe, I'd appreciate it. Anything that you could do for the channel does help me put more back into the channel for you. All of that being said, I think today, that's one has sprinting on. Grace period of 1 second, 0 evidence. Ghost and player is normal. Actually, I don't think we get flashlights. Yep, flashlights are off. And diffuse box at the start of the contract starts on. Weather set to random. I think we'll change the weather real quick on here. Basically we're gonna do no evidence and solo for funsies. What are we gonna do for weather? Light rain's a little bit better than random. Heavy rain and snow basically make this a pain in the butt. And we're definitely not doing clear. I hate fog. Sunrise counts against us, and it kind of messes with my eye adaptation. It almost washes everything out. I think I want to go with windy. I've never noticed an issue with windy, and it's a little bit better than random even. Oh, number of hiding places is actually set to very high as well, so we can use the, because we're going to be doing this on the no evidence, no sanity map. Again, woodwind. We're going to probably abuse some of the tint glitches and showcase them a little bit. Maybe they'll get fixed, and then, you know, we'll all have to get some skill and learn how to play the game. That being said, let's do this. Oh, I have to hit this button too. We'll let the dude do his little speech. Go ahead, smack some buttons. Grab some equipment, which I should have. Yeah, no flashlights affects the headgear as well. If you have the tier 3 headgear, though, it's night vision and it doesn't get affected by that. And there is no curse position. Would you shut the fuck up already? I will go over here and just crack the door open. That actually activates the ghost. You don't even have to go into the contract. We can start getting some activity, get the ghost to throw some stuff around. If it's a mimic, it'll be the only ghost to have any evidence, which will be ghost orbs on no evidence contracts. I don't see any, damn. This one doesn't have it set up. Breaker doesn't start, or doesn't show on here, which, especially on this map, it doesn't matter because it's always right over there, next in front of the bathrooms and next to the food tent. Sanity and activity monitors are busted. No evidence, obviously. No cursed possessions. What do we have? We're going to try to go for perfect investigation bonus, but if we get one of those ghosts that we really just can't normally get, then we're probably just going to have to guess and wing it. So what do we have on here? Repel, cleanse, and EMF. EMF should be pretty easy. Repel and cleanse we'll get with 1 instance likely. We'll still take a video cam in there just to... Actually, there's kind of a place you can set it up outside of the map. So you don't even have to be too cautious about it. I'm going to scan around with it real quick first. Just to make sure I don't get a mimic and waste all my time trying to figure out what the ghost is. I don't see nothing. Just kind of come over here and you kind of like look up and toss it. And it goes right on top of there. Now you can look over the fence posts and control it from the truck. I think I heard it throwing something. I think it's in that greenish tint. Or maybe it's in the play area. So now we could take this. Pan over a little bit. And I guess it's in a kind of a glitch spot, so it doesn't get any of the skybox right now. We see it throwing anything. Come on, ghosty. We have very limited sanity. We do start with 100. No, wait. This should be no sanity. So as soon as we enter the map, the ghost should try to kill us. Or at least it's allowed to try to kill us. Sorry, don't know I have coughs. Oop, there it is. Just threw something over there, so it's in front of there. Probably a play area. Alright, that works for me. Obviously, let's see. Let's scroll up to our lighter. I like to go just below the lighter to grab my incense. That way I can be hovering over this in case I accidentally right-click. And if I need to, I just scroll down and have my incense. Flashlights don't work on this preset, so I think I'll actually just go ahead. I'll keep one of these on me. One that's definitely off. It's actually pretty handy to use for a Raichu test. Let's see here. We don't really need any other evidence items. I'll take an EMF for the objective, and a crucifix would not be a bad idea. We will also eventually want to go hunt down that bone. In the meantime, though, there we go. This way I can talk during a hunt and not have to worry about dying. In the meantime, however, we'll just sit here and wait for the ghost to hunt us. I believe this is 0 sanity. Is this not 0 sanity? We do have 100% hiding spaces. I don't believe that they fixed the glitches there. Yeah, she's definitely throwing some stuff around here. Cold over here. Yep, still a hard thing there. She still walk around it. Nice. Alright, well now I'm questioning whether or not this is actually set to... Oh, it is 0, 0 sanity. There's our EMF. We can go ahead and disable that. I'm actually going to get a couple of lights on. Gives us about a 25-second buffer to get out of there. They're actually going to pop in here. Grab a photo cam. Salt would probably also be a good idea. And do we have anything that we could just hammer out here? Complete daily tasks or money from contracts, use cursed possessions, and do weekly challenge. Discover the ghost type, hopefully we get that. 3-star ghost photo we could do, and find the bone. We could do at least one of those. We're gonna do the same thing and hide as soon as we enter. Actually, if I get really lucky. Should be able to do that. I kind of want to turn on the light, but I feel like... Oh, hey, Slenderman. I don't want to turn on the light, but I feel like it'll try to hunt as soon as I do that. That seems like it just beelines straight towards my location. Do we have a banshee? Elevated speed a little bit. Now it saw me. Knows where I am and it's not speeding up drastically. Your speed didn't change much, did it? Kinda just hunted at a random location too, didn't you? Placed down 3 of these. Where did the other one go? Oh, there's at least 2. I'd like to get the bone photo. I don't know where the bone's at. Get my lighter at the ready. No bone zone. Yeah, that's definitely already an elevated speed. Damn, it ended already. I wonder if maybe we have a... no, well, the generator in this contract doesn't really benefit the ghost if it's a... or go against a ghost if it's a Hantu. And unfortunately does not count for what I need it to. We have another hunt here soon. Yeah, I'm not sure what's up with that. That definitely seems like faster than average ghost. Also roaming like crazy. Oh, is that the Phas twin? That could be the case. Whoa! That's a different noise. Much better lighting, I believe. Is this still the ghost room? Yeah, this is still the ghost room. Let's wait for this next hunt and see what happens. don't know. You don't really seem to be speeding up with line of sight, but you also don't really seem to be speeding up in colder rooms. I think after we find the bone, we're going to go ahead and kill the breaker, or the generator. And we're going to see if you have cold breath. If not, I think you're going to have to be a Thay. It'd be pretty hard to be around this ghost in their ghost room if it's a Thay, because it seems to be roaming away from its ghost room regularly. I did say I was going to do the thing. Let's be out here more in the open. We'll use this one. Yeah, it's still cold breath over here. Alright, Ghosty. Bring it on. Evidence is this thing will want. I'm just walking around it. No cold breath on the ghost model. That doesn't seem like Thay speed, though. But what the hell? What we're gonna do... Make some stew. Set my timer the second I did it. So now we should have some time. Did you just turn it off the second I turned it on? You dick. With this time, I think we're gonna bring in some extra salt. Obviously, I couldn't see where it was. I was doing an invisible red light event. God damn it. Yeah, we're gonna have to replenish this. Let's grab some more salt. I think we should be good there. Still have about a minute left on our incense timer. They're just going to keep abusing this tent glitch. Basically, you walk into the tent. Oh, hey, there's like something hard. I can't walk in here. Walk to the right, walk forward, walk to the left. Try to walk forward and you can't. That's the tent glitch. As long as you're behind this imaginary invisible pole, you'll be fine. If you're like over here and forward a bit, you will die. It's just that great. Where are we at in the timer? Minute 15 right now. So we have 15 seconds till the ghost is allowed to hunt. I don't think this is the ghost speed's affected in this setup, so this is just... It's definitely faster than normal speed. Actually, go ahead, pop up over here. We got all the objectives right now. We only need six more photos. We're about to get 3, so that's fine. I'd like to get the ghost photo for money purposes. Yeah, it's consistently faster than normal. It's also consistently not hunting in its own ghost room. That's bizarre. Visibility is average. About 50% visible, 50% invisible, I believe. That was also right at about a minute 50-ish, minute 45. It keeps hunting everywhere but the technical, unless this is no longer the ghost room. That could very easily be the case. It's doing stuff over here now, so we're just... Well, let's place this on the table. I can't place it on the table, I have to throw it on there now. Interesting. Let's see, go ahead, toss another one of these in here. I'd rather get these in salt photos. And I guess if you are significantly less secluded, I will check again for ghost orbs. I do not see any. Alright, well that works for me. Alright, faster than average. So, definitely no Phantom, no Oni. It's moving around way too much to be a Goryo. It could still be the twins. I could be getting the fast twin every single time. No ghost orbs and no mimic. It's clearly not a Diogen or a Hantu. It hasn't shapeshifted once. It's definitely no Revenant. It didn't technically hunt in the room with me, I don't think, when I burnt up that crucifix. So I can't rule out Shade. Jin should have sped up by now at any point. Wraith would not have been able to walk through salt. It hunted within less than 3 minutes. I'm going over all the reasons of why I'm crossing out to Ghost just before I cross out to Ghost, by the way. Let's see. I could try to do a yokai test. I could hear it from too far away. It can't be unmiling. I could take in some powered on electronics. Maybe there's something in there already, and that's where it's getting its speed from. I feel like that would be a bit insane, but we'll try it. A couple things in there, that way if it runs by and gets a massive speed boost, then I'll know what it is. So it'll be our Raichu test. I guess it could be a Moroi. I don't know. I feel like it's definitely not speeding up with line of sight. So a good thing to do for that is actually take a couple of incense, ideally like all of them. And we're going to, first off, we're going to try to do a yokai test where once it starts hunting and it's clearly not walking in my direction, I'll try to get its attention. Probably by clicking the radio. Oh, sorry, that'll be a bit annoying. If it beeline straight for me, then it's not going to be a yokai. If it doesn't beeline straight for me, then they either messed up the yokai test or it's not a yokai. Or it is a yokai. I don't think it's thrown enough to be a boulder. Definitely going to have Thay marked down prematurely. I definitely feel like it's faster than average too, but I don't know. It's just not consistent. Whenever it wants to, it can hunt. Unless it's right here, because then the crucifixes will stop it. I'd almost say it's not an on-rail because it's not trying to blow out the campfire. Is it a shade? Yeah, if it was a shade, I should have cold breath by now if it's in the same room as me. Here we go. Hard to tell over the fire, but I can hear those footsteps still. Well, this one's going to be over by the time it gets to me. I'm going to turn on a couple of lights here. This time it actually started to hunt in its actual ghost stream, but it was at a different speed, so I don't think that that would be a twins. I think that's going to count for a ghost photo. Yes, it will. Can't see the ghost in that photo. That does not matter for this. That was already an invisible ghost event. Alright, well, you're not speeding up crazily, so I think we're good here. Oh, shit. Definitely threw a fair amount there. And I'm definitely starting my... the table's not even cleared off. Never mind. What do I need? I only need 2 more photos. I already got the ghost photo now, so burn up a crucifix. If it was a demon, actually, I think with the crucifix is right here. And you can tell if I place this down right there that the range is right there. The demon actually increases the range of the crucifix 1.5 times, so it would have been stopped by that. I also only have one of these and plenty of time, so let's go grab another. Could try to get some interaction photos, or I'll just place some more salt. My smudge timers are incredibly off. I'm not even gonna bother with that. I also had this crucifix here. Yeah, that's definitely would have stopped it if it was a demon. The reason why I hunted over here this time is because it did a ghost event, and when it does this, it has to walk back to its ghost room. It can teleport after a little bit, but it has to walk back usually. Motion sensor could be a good idea here. I feel like it's definitely faster than average, and I honestly feel like it's still not speeding up with line of sight. Pretty much need to give this thing the absolute maximum possible line of sight. Let's see how fast it can get. I feel like it's always step, 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 step. That's a pretty decent throw. Maybe you could be a polter. Yeah, you're speeding up with line of sight. Okay. So you're not a Thay. Well, that throws my guesses out the window. Pretty effectively. Alright, well let's start setting up for poltertest. We're gonna toss a bunch of stuff up on here. See how often and how hard it throws. And have a lot of hope. I'd like some big items so it'll be obvious to spot when it's throwing. Reposition that in my inventory. There we go. And then I do, of course, I want to kind of throw some of the smaller stuff away. I don't want it interacting with this accidentally and making me think it's not a polter. Probably gonna be able to hunt soon, isn't it? Basically gonna want to give it line of sight from the start. That way it gets over here as soon as possible. It definitely seems to have returned back to that location there for its home, which is, you know, odd, to say the least. Because it's roaming around like crazy. I guess I do have the roaming turned up, though. Isn't a lot of things for a poltertest, but it should be enough to showcase it. Let me give it that much light sight. Alright. A couple of those are too damn weak throws. Hunt's over already. That was my last instance, so we are kind of screwed after this. I can get the last of the photos though. Airball ghost event, so we know it's not an Oni. We already crossed it out. I don't think that's a polter. We know it's not a Thay because it definitely speeds up. It could be the fast twin every single time. It's never sped up with the powered electronics now that they set those up, so we know it's not a Raichu. The only fast-ish ghost left on here is actually the Metroid. And I don't really have a way to test against the Metroid, I don't believe. I'm quite certain that these aren't set to do anything. It's been the same ghost every time, so there's no potential for Mimic. It has finally turned off the campfire. I feel like it's gotta be a Metroid. Not even because it's as fast as a Metroid should be, at least in my head, but it's like, wow, that got really bright in there. It's the only ghost left on my list that has actually got some speed to it. We got a perfect game if it is Metroid. Oh, I needed to instance it at the beginning of a hunt to see if it was a Metroid. So a normal ghost will get smudged, meaning, especially with the tier 3, they'll stop in their tracks for 5 seconds. A Metroid gets smudged for 1.5 times longer, so 7.5 seconds, about 8. So that's usually my go-to way to tell if it's a Metroid, because it's obvious to spot that when it happens, but now I'm out of instance. The other way is it's hunting speed is directly related to your sanity. I don't think these sanity sticks do anything, but we could definitely try it out. Oh, that's not good. I have cold breath here. While you're doing a ghost event, let me just run away. Okay, well, that's wonderful. Definitely not a Goryo. Changing ghost rooms like crazy. This one will keep me out of line of sight, and then I can take all 3 sanity medications as soon as it starts hunting, and we'll see if it slows down, but I don't think I have the sanity meds set to do anything. So it probably won't work the way I want it to. It's definitely interacting with a lot. Nope, okay, I don't think I had the sanity meds set to do anything. I mean, it's been consistently fast, I'll give it that. Unless this is technically somehow a blood moon, I think it's gotta be a Metroid. Nothing else on here should have speed to it, aside from the twins, but it's never been a different speed. Let's give it a go. What do I have on here? Banshee, Mary, Yurei, Shade, Twins, Onryo, Yokai, Metroid. Is it going to be one of those? Let's find out. Because I've run out of ideas. I guess maybe it could be a Banshee, but I doubt it. It was the Metroid. I was racking my brain so goddamn hard. The thing that really made this pain in the butt is, if I go back to my custom, under Ghost, I have hunt duration set to low. If this was medium or high, then whenever I incensed it, I would have had that extra hunt time to be able to tell what the ghost was based on how long it was smudged. So I kind of screwed myself over there by having that set to low. I would have had to, I think low, especially on a small map, the ghost gets 10, maybe 15 seconds to hunt. Yeah, I think so. And then if you have kills extend hunts on, then it just increases it, I believe, by that amount. So, that was a Metroid. I could have swore a Metroid was faster than that generally. Also, the other thing that screwed me over is... Where's it at? I need to go in here. Sanity Pill Restoration. If this was even right here, then I would have heard a speed difference, especially when I took all 3 of those, because Metroid can only start hunting, and it is at its slowest, because its speed is based off your sanity. It can only start hunting at 40% sanity. So if I'm starting at 0 and then add 15% to myself, I almost have that Metroid speed, so it'll pretty much go back to normal speed Ghost. That would have been a good way to test that. Honestly, it doesn't affect us that much. I might leave this at 5% just for that, just in case I screw myself over again in the future. This is based off of something else. Is that what the same? Multiple reward for the city is reduced by fuse box being on. That's fine. Actually, how much is it reduced? We're going to leave flashlights on. And we're going to save this one. Yes. Hey, change the name. I wish you could change the name of customs. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you learned something. Maybe you can learn me something down in the comments below. If you could like, comment, and or subscribe, I'd appreciate it. Anything that you could do for the channel will help me put more back into the channel for you. All of that being said, I'll see you next time. Have a good one.